Shalom Yashala. I'm gonna start this lesson by giving all praise, all glory, all honor, all blessing, all wisdom belong to our power, Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem Kakodash, Kal Alayamla, YAHAWAH, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach us well and would well through their Kwakodash, and salutation to you, Akim, that's in highways and byways doing this work and truth and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. To this lesson, okay, it's about, okay, the chariots of Yahawaah, YAHAWAH Mashiach, are showing themselves more and more. It doesn't start sighting in Babylon alone, okay? And we have in space, even if you have in space, man, that one scientist or whatever they want to call them, say he said one of those things they said that was a meteor is actually a ship, okay, maybe a UFO, okay, unidentified flying objects, right? And the way how bright it was, right? And those things those sightings, okay, the chariots that they see, okay, are the chariots of Yashala, the chariots of Yahawaah, YAHAWAH Mashiach. And I got a video and bring a few precepts, right, to show you those things out in the Bible, man. This from GMS Rehearsing the Righteous Acts. It does in mysterious UFOs hovering over US military base, okay.
And I talk to folks in the Christian community and others that think it's part of the spiritual realm. I'm not doubting anybody's beliefs or anything. I'm not trying to rain on that. I'm just reporting what I've been told multiple times, and this is something I've pulled together. So I believe there's something going on.
How does this relate to?
As you can see, he said like he's talking to some Christians, right? This is part of the spiritual realm. Even though some of those Christians know exactly those chariots are the chariots of Yahawaah, YAHAWAH Mashiach, and they're part of spiritual realm, right? But they are the chariots of Yashala, the chariot of our salvation, right? Of Yashala, okay? And a lot of times those Christians heard it from the Israelite first, the Hebrew Israelite first, man. And now they want to act like they know those things now. But now they want to be the main one, okay, telling about the chariots, while the Hebrew Israelite been telling about the chariots for decades and decades on, okay. Now those people in Christianity are just starting to catch up, right? Let's keep playing.
UAP activities, Mr. Schellenberg, in oceanic environments. Are there any instances where the Navy or other maritime forces have encountered UAPs that could not be explained by known technology or natural phenomena?
Yeah, the Immaculate Constellation covers both terrestrial and oceanic, and there's actually a number of cases.
You see what they say, the constellation. Esau, Edom, put a lot of works to look at the constellation and space, right? They look at all those things. That's why they got those telescopes, right, to watch, okay, the signs in the heavens, right? That's what they believe in. Lord, that's their gods, okay. And see let's go back 10 seconds, right? Let's keep.
Have encountered UAPs that could not be explained by known technology or natural phenomena.
Yeah, the Immaculate Constellation covers both terrestrial and oceanic, and there's actually a number of cases described in the report that occur in the ocean.
This week, Tennessee lawmaker Tim Burchett sharing about an account from an admiral describing an underwater UFO as large as a football field moving at hundreds of miles per hour underwater.
The truth is,
Esau, Edom, the so-called white men don't have any ship that can move 100 miles underwater like that, right? Only the Mosai, Yahawah by Hashem, shall have a ship like that, right? That's as big as a football field, moving 100 miles per hour under the sea. That's mighty fast, man. Talking about a ship that's the size of a football field moving that fast. Hey, man, the most I got it like that.
Out there, and it might be right here in the cabinets and halls of the United States Department of Defense. A bipartisan group of lawmakers is now calling on the disclosure of all classified intelligence on unidentified aerial phenomena and whether they arrived from out of this world.
They haven't been totally transparent with the information they do have. If it's not a UFO, then is it a weapon system?
If you don't give people a clear answer, and sometimes the clearest answer you can give is, I don't know, some will be suspicious of that.
You got notified by our 911 center there was concern of a sighting. Either come or land is troublesome.
There are rumors that have come up to the Hill of a secretive project within the Department of Defense involving the manipulation of human genetics with what is described as non-human genetic material, potentially for the enhancement of human capabilities, hybrids. Are any of you familiar with that? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
I am not, ma'am.
I'm not.
No, ma'am.
And do you believe that there is a concerted effort by the Pentagon to keep Congress out of the loop regarding these UAP activities, specifically in our waters?
Yes.
I think it's about 5% of our ocean that's actually been studied in detail by man, and we've studied more of space than we had of our own oceans. And so, are there any accounts of UAPs emerging from or submerging into our water, which could indicate a base or presence beneath the ocean's surface?
I don't know about a base, but, as I mentioned, I had a different source entirely describe this pretty extraordinary footage that exists of orbs, of an orb coming out of the ocean and being met by another orb.
Some would say that there's multiple hot spots where we see frequent activity. So in your investigations, have you come across any data or visual evidence like sonar readings or underwater footage of these UAPs?
I have not beyond what's in the report.
You've written about UAPs not only in the air but in underwater. Are there any specifics on what you've learned about the UAP activity in our oceans? Particularly, have you spoken with sources who have provided any evidence or eyewitness accounts of these UAPs interacting with our naval forces or being detected by our underwater surveillance systems?
Nothing beyond what's in the report and then the specific case that I mentioned with the orbs.
And there's basically, I've been told there's 5 really deep sea areas that we know more about the surface of the moon than we know about the surface of the ocean there. And you have a lot of UFO or UAP activity there. And people are sighting these things. You're having sailors, you're having different people all across the world. And the numbers seem to be higher in these areas, and that leads you to believe is something traveling light years? Is that even possible in our realm of thought? I mean, you're talking about the light from the closest stars left there before the time of Christ when we see it at night. So, you have to think, well, maybe something is here, and has it been here long? And, and I talk to folks in the Christian community and others that think it's part.
See, the same star that was back when Yahawashi was born. It's like the same thing is back again. And you see, when he speaks to the people in the Christian world, hey, you ain't speaking to them, okay? Yeah, you're speaking to them, but hey, they don't know nothing about that until the Israelites bring this out, man. That's why the Lord then find out about the chariots of Yahweh powered by Hashem Yahawashi, that the Lord have chariots, that the Lord have flying vehicle to come upon us, that fly over the earth. That's the angel used. They always think the kingdom was in the air, man. Okay, while the kingdom was supposed to be on earth, ruling by starting with Yahweh Shamashiach, man, gonna come down with the angels, man, with the chariots, okay, to rule over on the earth, man.
The spiritual realm. I'm not doubting anybody's beliefs or anything. I'm not trying to rain on that. I'm just reporting what I've been told multiple times, and this is something I've pulled together. So I believe there's something going on. And our government, once again, is spending tens of millions of dollars on something that they tell us does not exist.
Comet, asteroid, or something else. A Harvard astrophysicist believes there's a strong likelihood this is a craft of alien origin. Give me the best case.
An astrophysicist, right? That's those people like those Chaldeans, man, that will look at the stars, okay, and make conserving effort, okay, to bring answer to Esau to Esau's powers, man, to those to powers to be, okay, and this is the monthly prognosticators, right? Those people that look at the skies, man, and make a prediction, and that's one of those people, okay. That's part of that movement, okay. I'm on Esau Edom, man, okay.
Why you think this object may be extraterrestrial and maybe alien form?
Well, first, its brightness implies that if it represents reflection of sunlight from a solid object, it needs to be 20 kilometers in diameter. That's bigger than Manhattan Island. And this is a giant rock. The previous interstellar objects were hundreds of times smaller. So it just doesn't make sense that the third object from interstellar space will be 100 times bigger than the previous two. And we won't see anything in between. And moreover, there is not enough rocky material in interstellar space to deliver us a rock of this size, 20 kilometers, over a period of about a decade that we conducted the survey of the sky, because this material is very rare and you expect it once per maybe 10,000 years or longer. And so it's surprising if indeed it's a rock of that size.
NASA is saying this is a comet. It poses no threat to Earth.
Can you take us back? What exactly did this admiral tell you?
Well, the last thing he told me was they're real. He said they're real. It was just me and him talking in a doorway, actually, and he described sonar readings of something, and I believe it was described as large as a football field, and the speeds were just something that we're not even close to being able to do underwater. I wasn't thousands of miles an hour. It was in the realm of a couple hundred miles an hour, but still, I think the closest thing we've got something that does close to 40 miles an hour, maybe, or 45, something like that. I don't know, maybe some of our secret apparatus, but anyway, and this is not the first time this has happened. Mm-hmm. And I've talked to others that have said the exact same thing. People that were on a ship or on a sub, that something, they had weird pings, things that showed up, and they moved at such a speed that it was just not fathomable. And he turned to him and said, "We have."
As you can see, man, they have those ships, man. Those ships are underwater and flying in the air, man. Okay, let's get some scriptures real quick, man. Let's go to Psalm 68. Okay, verse 17. Psalm 68 verse 17, the child of God are 20,000, even thousand of angels. YAHAWAH power, YAHAWAH power is among them, and as in Sinai and the holy place. Who was in Sinai and the holy place? Yahawashi, man. Yahawashi is gonna be on those chariots, man. Okay, the child of God are 20,000, and even thousands. I mean, like 100 to million of chariots that's coming up on this earth, man. Now 8,000, that's a low number. But the church that Yahawaah power by Hashem Yahawashi gonna send upon this earth, man, gonna be 100,000 to millions of chariots, man. Okay, invading this whole earth. Okay. Okay. And let's go get in the scripture real quick. Let's go to Daniel, right? This should show you too. Daniel, Yahawashi is coming with to 7 verse 13, Daniel 7 verse 13, and I saw the Son of Man presented, right? I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man come with the clouds of heaven. What's the clouds of heaven? Who can hide in the clouds? The chariots. You see, it come with the clouds of heaven. That's the chariots of heaven, right? And come to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Okay? Yahawashi Mashiach was, when Yahawashi was resurrected, right, and good in the heavens, okay, those chariots bring him to the Father, okay, and they bring it before the Father, and thousands of chariots are here, right, with the clouds of heaven, the clouds of heaven, Okay, that means like thousands of thousands, if not millions of chariots. Okay, bring Yahawashi Mashiach to the Father, man. And there was given him dominion and glory and kingdom, that all people, nation, and language shall serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not be passed away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. And Yahushua, when he come back with the power of heavens, man, his kingdom cannot be destroyed, and Yahushua is not gonna meet them as a man. He's gonna meet them as an angelic power, man. Okay, with the body that cannot be destroyed. Okay, that's the matter of all those things, man. Okay. And let's go to Jude, right? Jude chapter 1, verse 14. Okay. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of this, saying, Behold, the Lord come with 10,000 of his saints. After the Lord gonna come with 10,000 of his saints by having the chariots, man. Okay. Just like when you read on let me see, Second Kings, okay, 2:10, okay, 2 and 12, 11, Second Kings 2, Second Kings 2 verse 11, and it come to pass, and they, as they still went on and talked, that behold, they appeared a child of fire and a force of fire, and part them asunder. And Elijah went up by the whirlwind unto heaven, and Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the child of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more, and he took hold of his own clothes and went them in two pieces, right? Okay, I think it's the child of Israel. That's the child of the Mosiah Yahawashi by Hashem Yahushua that is sent for one of our prophets, man. Okay. The prophet Elijah went up, man. Okay, and the chariots, and his son Elisha, he saw the chariot and said, hey, this is the child of Israel. And Yahawashi gonna come with the child of Israel, with the child of Yahawah, Yahawashi Mashiach, thousands of them, millions of them, right? It cracked the skies, and the sky gonna be covered with chariots, man. Okay. And let's go to second Esdras, man. Okay. And Enoch prophesied of those things, man. Let's go to second Esdras 13, verse 1. Let's see, second Esdras 13, verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man was strong with the thousand of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, okay, that man was strong with the thousands of heaven. Thousands and thousands of chariots. And the heaven covered the heavens, man. When he turned the countenance and looked, all the things trembled that were under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, and all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth fell when it filled the fire. And after this beheld, and lo, there was gathering together a number of men out of number from the four winds of the heavens, to subdue the men that care out of the sea. But I behold, lo, he have given himself a great mountains, and flew upon it. That man, Yahawashi, and make it chariots, man. The chariot God, it's like the father of the mother chariots, man, covered the whole heavens, man. Okay. But I will have seen the region of place where the hill was graven, and I could not. Looking up, man, you see how big the child is. You don't see where the child is end, man. Okay, doesn't see what the child the limit of the child, where the child end. That's how big it is, covered the whole sky. Doesn't see where the child came from, where it was made. Doesn't see none of those things, man, because this is the will of Yahawashi by Hashem Yahushua, man. Okay. And let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 60 verse 8. Who are these that flies as a cloud, and as the dove into their windows. Surely the owls shall wait for me in the shapes of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from afar, their silver and their gold with them, right? See, let's read that again. Who are these that fly as a cloud and as the dove to their windows? Just show you again, those clouds got windows. And that's the chariots of Yahawah powered by Hashem Yahawashi. When that's his chariot, you're gonna see those chariot have windows, man. Okay? And just like let me see, Isaiah. I think Isaiah 31 and 5. Isaiah 31 verse 5, as bird flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver, and pass over, he will preserve it. It's like the Passover back then. Yahawashi, when he was in the clouds, man, okay, hey, that's a chariots, man, okay. Hey, as bird flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. The Lord gonna send flying object, man, to come save us, to come redeem Yashala. That's what Yahawah powered by Hashem Yahawashi gonna do, man, okay. And let's get a couple more scriptures, man. Let's go to let's go to that first. Let's go to Zechariah 5 verse 1. Zechariah chapter 5 verse 1. Then I turned and lift up mine eyes and look, and behold, a flying wall. Okay, he look up. Next thing he saw, a flying wall, a flying object, man. Okay, like what they will call UFOs, a chariot. And he said unto me, why seest thou? I see a flying wall. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. See, it was wide. It was like 20 cubits, and the length thereof was 10 cubits. It's about like 30 is like about like maybe like a 20 something feet, and 10 cubic is about like 8-9 feet. Okay, that's how big that's how the flying wall is, how big it is, man. Okay, enough for one man out here, okay, to fit in there. A couple of men to fit in there, right? That's how big it was, right? Then said he unto me, this is the curse that go forth over the face of the earth. And when those chariots all over Babylon, we just remember this is a curse that the Lord sent upon Babylon, man, until it's watching them deeply and clearly, man, that the Lord knows what he's gonna do with Babylon, aka America. The Lord can put a complete destruction to them, man, by sending the chariots of Yashala, the chariot of Yahawah, why Yahweh shall destroy this place. And let's go to Zechariah 6 verse 1. And the 4 chariots, and I turned and lift up my eyes and look, behold, there come 4 chariots out from between 2 mountains, and the mountains were mountains of brass. See, Zechariah say, I'll turn and lift up mine eyes. He lifted the eyes and see 2 mountains. 2 mountains the mountains were mountains of brass. Okay, if you see mountains, and literally that's a big mountains of dirt out here, of work. But the mountain he saw when he lifted up his head is mountains of brass. It's things that are made of metal. And those things are big chariots, man. Okay, just like how Yahawashi flew into it, right? And the guy couldn't find where the things end, okay? Where it begin and where it ends. That's how big the chariot is, okay? And that chariot right here, okay? And that mountain of brass, that's what the 4 chariots came out of, okay? That's exactly what that. You see, and the first child where it was, and then the second child, black horse. Okay, that's those curses that Yahawah powered by Hashem Yahawashi have sent upon this earth, man. Okay, that's why Babylon is being visited with all those chariots, because the destruction of Babylon, aka America, and all those hidden nations, man, wheresoever Esau dwell, is at hand. And Yahawah powered by Hashem Yahawashi gonna make sure Esau don't pay for that, man. And those chariots you see, those what you're gonna call UFOs or UAPs, okay? Those are the chariot of salvation of Yashala, man. And you so-called black Latinos and American, put that in your thick head. that the Lord gonna send your chariot to come save us, to come save the elect and to fully elect sons and daughters of Yashala. Okay, and in those days we live in, it's time for you, Yashala, you so-called Black Latino American, to seek the righteousness of Yahawaah, YAHAWAH, so you can be saved. Seek the Lord while it may be found out here. Because the day of destruction is fast approaching. The vengeance of Yahweh power by Hashem Yahawashi is fast approaching. And with that, I hope be blood and sisters to edify. I'm going to close this lesson by giving all praise, all glory, all honor, all blessing, all truth, all wisdom belong to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem Yokakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach us will well and would well, to the Akwakodash, and salutation to you, Akim, that's in highways and byways doing this work, and truth and sincerity. Shalom.